Where I am the box ghost! Oh man. Buzzing my vocal cords for your entertainment. What could be better? Happy birthday to Daily X. It is TVB. And I'm watching Danny Phantom right now to get in the spirit of reviewing this graphic novel, Danny Phantom, A Glitch in Time. Because when I told Daly I really wanted to start reviewing more like comic books and stuff like that on my YouTube channel, like more book reviews, he was like, oh dude, you gotta read Danny Phantom, A Glitch in Time. It's like, it takes place right after the events of the show's like series finale. Which is like Butch Hartman. He was also the creator of Fairly Odd Parents. In the mid 2000s. Danny Phantom was one of those hit Nickelodeon shows. It only had 3 seasons. I think it ended a little too soon. There's a lot more I would have liked to have seen. But the show ends on a series finale where like it has that like the super like this is like the closure, like the everyone gets. Like, there's no loose ends tied, and, like, Danny and Sam explore their relationship, finally, and, like, everything kind of ends on a positive note. Like, there is room for further development, just Danny doesn't need to live in secret anymore. There's a lot of potential for A Glitch in Time. Oh my gosh. I don't even know where to start with this graphic novel. Like, Daly was right. Like, this thing was, I couldn't put it down. I think I read the whole thing within the span of, like, a freaking hour or something like that. The book is only like 182 pages, I believe. So yeah, it's a really easy read, or 183 more or less. Yeah, I'll just read it back to you guys really quick. All right. Danny Phantom embarks on a new adventure that spans time and space. After saving the world from the apocalyptic disasteroid, half human and half ghost, Danny Phantom is finally recognized as a fearless superhero. But when Danny and his friends Tucker, Foley, and Sam Manson started experiencing time glitches that hurl them throughout history, Danny's arch nemesis, Vlad Masters, comes to them with dire news. Dark Danny, Danny's older, evil future self, has escaped from Clockwork's prison. Danny Phantom must unite friends and foe to thwart Danny Phantom's Dark Danny's sinister plot. Can they make it back to Amity Park before Danny Phantom's evil future self destroys their world? And yeah, this book, it really goes in depth with like, the lore surrounding like the Ghost Zone and everything, and we do see like a Vlad redemption arc when like Danny Phantom becomes a bigger threat to both of them, how they are to each other. I always love a good redemption arc. Nickelodeon has got a knack for that, with like Zuko having his redemption arc, and Avatar: Last Airbender. Like, there's this really sick shot. And yeah, like, spoilers. Tough shit. Look at this team up right here. This is on page 154. And yeah, it does explore, there's another picture. Yeah, it also explores Danny and Sam's relationship a little bit more. There's another like little kissy kiss in this book. It's funny because guys who grew up in the 2000s are just like, oh, yo, dude, why do you love goth girls so much? And it's like, the cartoons we grew up watching, of course. Like Sam, excuse me, like Sam Mason, and like Raven in Teen Titans, or like Shigo from Kim Possible, or Gwen from Total Drama Island, or like redheads. Like, oh, why do I like redheads so much? Like April O'Neil, that one redhead Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. Oh god, there's or Jessica Rabbit, or Daphne and Scooby Doo. Like a lot of like really nice or Starfire and Teen Titans. A lot of really nice redheads too. It's like cartoons I grew up watching, like, it kind of dictate our attractions. I've always, I don't know, maybe I'm reading a little too far into it, but I just always found that really interesting. But yeah, I would love to see, like, a film adaptation of this for Paramount Plus. I strongly doubt that's ever gonna happen with all the controversy surrounding Butch Hartman within the past few years. I mean, it's like Nickelodeon has a bad history. This is why, like, honestly, I kind of think that Cartoon Network is the superior studio because they don't have as much of a history with, like, creeps, creating shows as Nickelodeon does. Like, there's a whole load of fiascos. I don't want to get into this video. Just gonna say that. But, like, Danny Phantom was, like, one of those shows that, like, shaped my upbringing. And, like, yeah, I was really... When Daly told me that this expands upon, like, the series lore, it's really funny seeing, like, all these kids, like, Dash used to bully him in the show, and his, like, jock buddies are now, like, ghost hunters themselves and help out Danny quite a bit early in the book. And, yeah, there's also dinosaurs, and they go through different time periods, which is really sweet. And, yeah, so... If you grew up in the 2000s watching Nickelodeon shows like Danny Phantom, I highly suggest giving this a watch. And like I said, I strongly doubt if I've ever given like a Paramount Plus like movie for this thing, but I would love to see that happen. And it's funny because Dale Reacts talked me into watching American Dragon Jake Long last year for Chinese New Year because last year was Year of the Dragon, this year is Year of the Snake, right? So I binge watched the Disney Channel show and did a little spoiler talk on it for my spring equinox schedule rambling that year, right? And it's like it wasn't until a YouTube video it was like, oh, shows accused of being knockoffs, and it's like American Dragon Jake Long is like the Disney knockoff of Danny Phantom because both shows have pretty similar premises. They're both teenage boys who live double lives as supernatural creatures. Like one's a ghost, the other's a dragon. They have to fight off like mystical like enemies, which got me thinking because I really noticed like that they had that many similarities until I heard that. So I was like, ooh, what if there's like a fan fiction like a versus crossover, or like Danny Phantom versus Jake Long, like Ghost versus Dragon? I'm gonna draw a picture of that sometime soon, so follow me on Instagram. But yeah, that's all I really gotta say for Danny Phantom Glitch in Time. It's a really great read. And thank you so much for tuning in. And Daily Rex, thank you so much for being such a big supporter on my channel and for your YouTube career as well. And expect more book reviews coming this summer. Especially when I have my 2-month summer vacation basically. It's gonna be more of a staycation than anything else. I'm still gonna work at the gym, but I'll be laid off from the zoo for 2 months. Sometime within a not so distant future. It's been a hell of a ride the past 9 months here in Ohio, and the momentum it's gonna keep up. I know it. But yeah, like I said, happy birthday, Daily Reacts. It's like, that's about time you walk away from me. Nobody likes you when you're 23. And I'm so more amused by prank phone calls. What the hell is call ID? I never want to act my age. What's my age again? Stay beastly. Have a good night.